this is Ben Vandervelde for the Amazing Breakfast Show on Amazing Radio. I'm sharing a nice little cuppa with Pat Monahan.
Hello, how you doing, Ben?
Very good, thank you, my friend.
I'm sharing a nice cup of lemon, ginger and honey. I don't know if you can see that, look at that. That's what the Vikings used to drink when after they do raping and pillaging on a long weekend.
Yeah. So you've done a lot of raping and pillaging this weekend.
A lot of raping and pillaging, mainly of shows.
Weirdly, we've done 2 interviews and raping and pillaging have come up in both of them so far.
Are you joking?
No.
I remember the first one, it was in a cloakroom in London. What happened?
Oh, no, I thought you were talking about the first rape and pillage. No, not you and me. We just did with Tiernan about half an hour ago.
I thought I mentioned it again. Right? Why was Tiernan raping? It's a bit worrying because he actually just kills.
So do you. It was his first ever show. He had an AGM with Vikings and they had a flow chart with rape on one axis and pillage on the other.
Oh my god, that's brilliant.
Yes. Anyway, we're not here to talk about him, we're here to talk about you.
Let's talk.
Yeah, let's do it. You're doing 2 shows up here.
2 shows a day.
2 shows
plus late and live. I do a couple of late shows. So I do my kids show every day, 2 o'clock, adult show every night, 8 o'clock. Then I do some guest shows in the afternoon, like I did that Tom Allen's afternoon, then I did the Chat Masala show. Then I do a few others where you guest on. Then I did late and live, which is at 1 o'clock in the morning till 5 or whatever it is. Then I get up again and do the kids, and I do comedy for kids at the Bongo. So constantly every day you get up, you go out, do a show, you come back, get up, go do another show, come back, get up, another show, you put the kettle on, you have a lemon and honey, go out, do another show. That's why I'm talking like this. Very gentle.
Yeah, it's like I say, gentle sedated part.
Wow.
This is what Edinburgh does to you. Like
this is the downtime, Pat. God.
It is. Well, like September, are you just a quiet little wreck for a couple of weeks?
I go home, I go back to Teesside, and I go back to our family's house, and I just for about 2 or 3 days I'm like a car crash victim. I just lay on the sofa, no limbs. I'm like a snake. And I just slide on the sofa like that, and then they just carry on. And then my mum just keeps cooking food and I eat. It's brilliant.
Oh, does Mama Monahan make good food?
It's good food, yeah.
Yeah, what's the speciality?
Rice, she does it's Iranian food, so it's like gourmet abs. It's all vegetable, and then it's chicken. Because I don't eat red meat, it's just chicken. And then herbs, that sort of thing, the spices. It's nice, it's what you need.
Yeah, no.
Proper food, as opposed to, tin of beans and a pot noodle mixed up with kettle water. That's the proper food. That
is proper food. Because the thing is, you always live pretty healthily, but you've got to be living really healthy this Fringe, because you've done your 2 main shows, and then sort of the highlight of the Fringe was the wrestling.
The wrestling, oh my god.
Yeah, which for you guys don't know, a chap called Max Zaleska, who's an ex-professional wrestler, he organised a massive comedians versus wrestlers bout in the biggest venue in Edinburgh, and Pat got pile-drived by some professional wrestlers.
The funniest thing about that whole wrestling thing was that Max, who organised it, is a comedian now. He does a show with his friend with Ivan, but he's an actual I found out he was actually the youngest professional wrestler ever, wasn't he? In Britain, and he was amazing. He does all these jumps and shit. And when he did it, he was worried. He was saying, when they organised this, he said, "Look, please, none of the comics get hurt. Don't injure yourselves." And then on the bloody night, he's the only one who actually fractures his ankle, and everyone else all right. He went to hospital or something.
Yeah. But he did his show yesterday.
Oh, did he do it?
Yeah. He had Ivan taking the piss out of him for not being able to walk through most of it.
No.
Very good. The thing is, because we were worried about you, because you not surprisingly, I think you wound up quite a few of the wrestlers.
Oh yeah.
And then, but when because did you enjoy it?
It was brilliant. Because beforehand we were chatting with the wrestlers, they're nice lads, but they were well, I'm going to pair up, they were going, I'm going to pair up with you, and I went, okay. And I don't think they realised how mental I was. And the other guys up there, and then eventually ended up, they all started chasing me, and I was thinking, hang on, one of you is meant to pair up with, the big guy, oh god. Yeah, it was good fun though.
Yeah, it was cool. There was halfway through, Pat started crowd surfing down the middle of the audience to escape from them.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
And then, like I said, because what happened was loads of the comedians, when they were wrestling, did some good moves, but a lot of it was quite slipshod and haphazard. And then when the wrestlers grabbed you, we were like, they are actually going to mess up Pat. They're going to destroy him.
What do you call it? Tombstone.
That's the one, yeah.
Spun me upside down, and then I locked behind his back, head in, and then he just takes me and he slams, and he jumps and lands on his knees, or lands on his bum.
Yeah.
And smacks you like that. It's brilliant. When they first told me about that move, I was panicking. I was like, and they told me about the move. And they said, we're going to do this and this, and some of the stuff was straightforward. And I've still got injuries here in my wrist. I don't know if I can. You know, there it still hurts there,
Yeah.
and I don't know whether it's been. It's probably just. Let's have it. It's just probably been bruised. It's been kicked.
Yeah.
Do you think that's what it is? It'll just be bruised for about a week or two.
I imagine this is an interview, not a doctor's surgery.
I feel like it's my chance to have a look. Do you think I'll survive, Doc?
I think you're gonna be alright.
I think I'll be alright.
Don't worry.
It's a bit of bonage there. So I've got that injured. But when they told me about all the rest of it was alright, but when they told me about the tombstone, upside down smack, and they said you don't have to do it if you don't want, and I said, can you demonstrate first and have a look? So they demonstrated, and then I went, yeah, I don't know if it's going to work, and then they went, well, do it and see what you feel. So I did it, and when I did it, it was hilarious, because I went down, and the comics and some people there were just practicing, and I fell on the floor, and they didn't know because it went bang. So I laid there and I went, ah, and I laid there, and everyone was shit. Even like, I remember Mark Watson, a few other people running over going, are you alright? And the people just looking at that, and I was there for about a minute screaming, and then everyone was like, is he alright? Is he alright? And the wrestlers would just look at us, and then eventually I just get up and I went, yeah, it's good that. It's good fun.
Nice, no, I looked it. It looked really good fun. And you've got quite a big week coming up, because also Mr. Monahan is on ITV's Show Me the Funny.
Show Me the Funny,
and it's getting to the business end of it, isn't it?
Yeah, semi-final on Monday, where there's 5 of us left in Blackpool, and then 3 of us will go through to a live final, hopefully in London, the Apollo, Hammersmith Apollo.
You excited?
Just excited. Just to get there will be amazing. I've never, to play the Apollo.
Have you never played the Apollo?
Not well. Do you know what? I did a warm up once for a charity thing for what do you call him? That Lucas and Williams. What's that thing? Little Britain.
Yeah, Little Britain.
But it was a warm thing because it wasn't really like doing stand up. It was just like doing a warm up thing for the crowd as they were coming in. But to go on there and play, thing is, I've never played the Apollo as it going on as an act to do a 5 minute, to do a set. I look at doing 5 minutes, but to do a set. But then also to go out live. Oh my God, live TV, doing stand up live.
Right, now this is a question that every comic wants to know. You're doing 5 minutes live on telly. Now Pat is renowned for overrunning, God bless you. How are you going to keep it to 5 minutes?
With a shotgun. I've never done 5 minutes, even in every week on this task, doing the show, I always overrun slightly, a couple of minutes. But I'm hoping, touch wood, that I can keep it to, I'll just have to underwrite. I'll just do 4 minutes of material, and then that way,
Just have one joke. Just go on with one
exactly,
joke.
and just know that if it does, it's a good shot, then get off. It just doesn't matter. God, it's hard.
It is, and we were chatting to Tiernan before about kind of like the number of times he's been up here in his Fringe experiences. How many? You've been coming up here as long as I remember coming up here. How many years has it been?
God, when I started doing stand up, I literally just came straight up here. I mean, when I first started doing stand up, end of 2000, and I remember it was August, and I literally was brand new, and I went down south, I went to London to do gigs. And I just turned up to clubs and I was getting loads of gigs. I was going, this is weird. I said, there's loads of comedy clubs, there's no comics. I was going, this is easy. And then people would tell me everyone's gone to Edinburgh. I said, why have they gone to Scotland? Why have you gone to Edinburgh? Why would you go? And I didn't realise it was because of the festival. So the year after I entered the competition, I got into Edinburgh for the Daily Telegraph and Avalanche competition 2001. And I'd only been going like literally 12 months. Brand new act. And then when I came up, they brought us up to the competition. I thought, wow, this is why people come to Edinburgh. It was amazing. And you just go around seeing people. It was unbelievable. And then, after that, I came up the year after because of that competition. They put 3 people in. It was me, Nina Conti, Carl Mims. So Nina, she's a ventriloquist. She still works. And Carl Mims writes for Russell Howard for the Good News Show. So the 3 of us were all brand new at that point. So this was 2002, so we did 20 minutes each. The following year I came back and did a 2-hander with me and Shazzy Mirza, half an hour each, plus the Big Value Show. And then the following year, I came back, because I wanted to come every year, so then I started doing 1-hour shows. Even though you probably weren't ready, I was still only, like back then, people wouldn't really do a show until they'd been doing it for like at least 6 to 8 years. But I thought, you know what, I've been coming every year, I'll just come back, and the opportunity arose, so I thought I'll do it. And then I came up first show, and I enjoyed it, and I just kept coming back ever since, and I never stopped, and I just thought, oh. And it is good fun.
Yeah, man, it's addictive, isn't it?
Yeah, oh God, it's like heroin. Well, it is heroin here.
What's your best memory of Edinburgh?
There's so many, really. Because, I do kids shows as well as adult shows. And the kids shows are great because they're the heckles that you travel around the country and you get heckled or people shout and it's stuff that you'll never, you know what they're going to say, but with kids shows it's amazing. Like I'm doing a show at the moment about a Persian tale about being back in Persia and about talking about the Gulf, and I do this story and I say, has anyone crossed the Gulf? And like one day a kid shouted out, I haven't crossed the Gulf, but I had a cat, but the cat's dead. And I'm just thinking, okay. So it's like every day is something fantastic new that you'll get some sort of heckling. I mean, the thing is with Edinburgh, every day you get a new memory and there's so much going on. I mean, the wrestling this year, I enjoyed that. That was amazing. I mean, over the last few years, I mean, we've done stuff. Oh yeah, I played the Playhouse. I did that part of the Radio 4 thing, and that was amazing. Just playing to 3,500 people. That was the biggest gig. Yeah, where and it was still beautiful,
Cool. Do you ever get stage fright?
Beforehand you do, but once you get on there, you go, oh, actually, this is all right. I can only see, I can see about 3 rows of 100 people, but then as soon as you hear a laugh, wow, oh, there must be a few more in here in the darkness. But it's nice.
Cool, man. And this is probably a daft question to ask you because you're proper motor mouth on stage. Have you ever gone on stage and gone, I don't know what to say?
Not really, because these shows, I mean, particularly for Edinburgh, it's like a box. I remember Muhammad Ali said that when he said he trains, he said the fight you spend when you're having a fight, he said you spend most of that, 6 months of that is the training to the fight. When you actually get in the ring, you're not doing any work. The work's already done. You spend 6 months. That's the same with Edinburgh. You spend 6 months previewing, touring, writing, getting material. So actually, when you come into the festival, you've got everything. It's just delivering it. That's all it is. And I think that's the same here, where I have a problem where editing. It's not the thing where you come on and go. People come going, I've got to do an hour show. I've got 40 minutes of material. I better pad for 15. The problem I have is to go, I've got an hour and 45 minute show. I've only got a 55-minute time slot. I've got to cut. So I've just got to. It's a nice thing to be in touch with, but yeah, I mean, I'd rather have it that way than the other way. But the thing is, it's still wrong.
Well, yeah, so it sounds like, chatting to you, like you're like a proper Edinburgh veteran. You've got, you've got your drinks sorted, you've got the run-up sorted, you've got Edinburgh sorted. And I'm like, what do you want to do next? What's sort of the dream beyond Edinburgh?
Oh, I think I'd always still do Edinburgh, whatever happened. I mean, the dream would be, my biggest dream would be to do a game show on telly, host some sort of game show, and then, I'd love to do that, some sort of variety, bring back the generation game, something like that, where it's with real people, and go out and do something either on the streets or in shopping centres, or do like on a Saturday night with a studio where you bring people in, like the generation game with audience people, and then tour, do stand-up shows, and then come back and do Edinburgh every year, but only for 2 weeks. So we have to just come up here and just do it for like 10 days, and then spend 5 days just watching shows.
That'd be a dream, wouldn't it? Bring the punter here. That's like, come on, question, because you're one of the most interactive acts I see on the circuit. Like it's all about the people with you.
No, I love them. Yeah.
What's I don't know, one of the best audience members you've had?
Oh, God, I've had loads where they're so nice to get involved. I had one. Well, I suppose last night was brilliant when I did this dancing thing. And I do something in my show, and it's always nice when you get a character or someone who sort of get involved in. Last night I was doing this thing where I teach them to take tins off shelves. I said when we're in a supermarket, and I was teaching this lad, I said, look, when you're in a club, it's a dead easy move, just pretend you're taking tins off shelf. And the bloke was getting into it on stage, and he said, you know what? I can do a trolley as well. I said, yeah, brilliant. So this bloke now was just improvising with me, and he was putting stuff in it. It was brilliant. We just started doing, and it's beautiful, things like that. It's great when you get people out of their shells.
Yeah.
Because normally they wouldn't, out of their shells, normally people just wouldn't get involved. People would be like, and then once you get them up and they're relaxed, they're like, oh my God, this is brilliant.
Cool, that's really nice. And one last thing, we're asking everyone, like, what's the most fringe thing you've ever seen? Like, Tiernan was chatting about how he saw a topless opera singing on a unicycle wandering past. So in all your years here, what's the weirdest, silliest thing that the Fringe has brought to you?
Well, one of the best things I saw last night was I saw the thing called The Table, and it is literally, this is what I love about the Fringe, you could never do this anywhere else, but it's a table on a stage, it's an old wooden table, and it's 3 guys come out in black shirts, black thing, and they're holding a puppet and then modelling. You know, like how Three Pup Jizz, the old style, and it's a big, and he's got a big wooden head, old puppet with a little fluffy body. And he's so cute, and the whole thing was about this puppet just on a table. And it sounds ridiculous, but it was the funniest thing you see. It was just brilliant and so cute, and the whole audience is just watching it. And there's no, the whole script. I mean, he pretends he's going to tell you a story, but there's no story. It's just him and he talks about the table and he walks around, and it's beautiful. And you just think this is Edinburgh. Where I mean, you couldn't go to Newcastle or Middlesbrough Town Hall and watch them like, because the locals be like, "All right, mate. Okay, we've seen the table. Tell us a joke." You know, and it's just you get murdered. Yeah. But here it's beautiful. You can watch them. And God. It's just so clever. Where do these people come up with these ideas? Yeah,
cool. That's magic. Well, listen. Best of luck for the last week. It's been a pleasure talking.
Hopefully, I'll have the voice still.
Yeah.
Come on, Monahan cuddles.
Yeah, you've got to have a hug. Thanks very much, my friend. Best of luck.
Thank you, Benny boy. Here we go. Edinburgh 2012.
Oh yes.